Carlos Alcaraz backed by American ex-pro as criticism over exhibitions heats up. The tennis off-season lasts barely a month, yet some players just can't stay away from the court. Carlos Alcaraz, fresh off a season of 8 titles, is already gearing up for exhibition play in the United States. He'll face local fan favorite Frances Tiafoe in New Jersey on December 7th, then take on young Brazilian star João Fonseca the very next day. And before the Australian Open even begins, he's scheduled to head to South Korea for an exhibition showdown with Jannik Sinner. That's quite the itinerary for a player whose year just ended, and not everyone's thrilled about it. Despite his regular complaints about the grueling ATP calendar, the 22-year-old world number 1 from Murcia seems to find joy in these off-season matches. Still, his eagerness to suit up for exhibitions has drawn some backlash within tennis circles. Former American pro Steve Johnson, though, isn't having any of the criticism. On the Nothing Major podcast, he stepped up in defense of Alcaraz. From a health perspective, the difference between competition and an exhibition is enormous, Johnson said. In an exhibition, you can protect yourself enough to ensure you don't get hurt. I don't like that people criticize him for this. It's clear he's well paid, but he also helps the sport grow. Exhibitions allow people who don't usually have the opportunity to see the best to do so. The 6-time Grand Slam champion just wrapped up another sensational season. 80 matches played, only 9 lost. Carlitos bagged 8 titles, including a second straight Roland Garros crown after a truly epic final against Jannik Sinner. He capped the year with a US Open triumph that propelled him back to world number 1 and secured his year-end number 1 ranking. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for the Spanish star. Throughout the year, Alcaraz has been candid about the relentless schedule the sport demands. His comment during the 2024 Laver Cup still echoes across the circuit. The calendar's so tight. A lot of tournaments, not as many days off as I want. He added, probably during the next few years, it's going to be even more mandatory tournaments. Probably they're going to kill us in some way. And, true enough, 2025 put him through the ringer. He picked up an injury at the Barcelona Open final that kept him out of Madrid. Later, during the Asian swing, he hurt his ankle at the Japan Open, even if he did win the title, which forced him to skip the Shanghai Masters. Then came another setback at the ATP finals, where injuries struck again and ruled him out of the Davis Cup finals. It's been a season of highs shadowed by some painful lows. While critics argue he should rest rather than chase more matches, the world number 1 has made his stance clear. He's not backing down, not now. Criticism over exhibition matches doesn't faze Carlos Alcaraz. Last month, after fans voiced concerns over his decision, the 22-year-old addressed the talk with the Associated Press. First of all, it's normal for people to think this way and not understand why we complain about the busy schedule and then participate in exhibition matches, he said, laying it out simply. The 6-time Grand Slam champion explained that exhibitions belong to a completely different world than the grind of the ATP Tour. The biggest difference is that in a tournament you have to stay focused, and it is expensive both from a physical and mental point of view. A performance is only one day, he said. That single-day setup, to him, makes all the difference. He added that one-off matches demand far less preparation. You just have to stay focused, warm up, train not so much and only for one match, he noted. That opens the door for players to play it smooth, either keeping it light for the fans or using it to test new patterns for the season ahead. Alcaraz plans to find a middle ground. I will try to take these games seriously, but at the same time have fun as much as I can, he said with an easy confidence. For him, it's a rare chance to enjoy the sport freely, without rankings and points hovering in the background. The weight of the ATP season doesn't follow him here. The non-stop rush of titles and trophies stays behind, replaced by a relaxed vibe in fresh arenas like the Prudential Center in New Jersey and Miami's Lone Depot Park. As Steve Johnson pointed out, these events draw new eyes to the game. Up next, Alcaraz will face Frances Tiafoe for a racket at the Rock.